Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
A kidnapped Catholic priest, Father Jeremiah Yakubu, has been released in Nigeria, prayers answered. A Catholic priest who had been kidnapped is now free in Kaduna, Nigeria, Africa. Less than 24 hours after his kidnapping, Father Jeremiah Yakubu, who was taken hostage on June 11, has been released. Father Emmanuel Uchechao Okolo, the Chancellor of the Kafanchan Diocese, revealed this information in a statement accessible on the diocesan Facebook page. Father Jeremiah had been kidnapped by armed men from the rectory at Holy Trinity Parish in Karku, Koru local government area, Kaduna State, in the late hours of Sunday, June 11, 2023. In the announcement, Father Emmanuel said, "With hearts filled with joy, we raise our voices in a symphony of praises." Father Jeremiah was freed on Monday night, June 12, 2023, he added. The diocese expressed gratitude to everyone who had prayed and pleaded for the priests and other hostages' early release from their captors. He asked God to speedily release those who were still in the hands of their captors. He requested all of their priests to kindly celebrate a Mass of Thanksgiving on June 13, 2023, in appreciation of Father Jerry Yakubu's prompt release. Pope Francis has returned to the Vatican after he was discharged from the hospital and thanks Our Lady for his recovery. On Friday, June 16, in the morning, the Pope was discharged from the Gemelli Polyclinic Hospital, and made his usual stop to pray before the icon of the Blessed Mother at the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica. He also visited some nuns, the religious sisters of the Maria Santissima Bambina Institute, near the Vatican, who are in Rome for their general chapter. His abdominal surgery occurred on the 7th of June. As he left the hospital, Pope Francis greeted those present, pausing for a moment to speak to people. The Pope's surgeon, Dr. Sergio Alfieri, said the Pope is well, even better than before. The Pope, answering some journalists' questions about how he is, said, "I am still alive," and expressed his sadness for the tragic deaths of migrants in Greece. Outside the gate, the Pope greeted the law enforcement officers and thanked them for their service. The Holy See's press director Matteo Bruni has sent regular statements confirming the Pope's progress, consistently stating that the medical team reports that the clinical picture is progressively improving and the post-operative course and recovery is regular. There were no complications with the Pope's surgery. Pope Francis should eventually be able to resume travel and his normal activities, but should not lift heavy objects, according to his doctors. Due to the surgery and subsequent recovery, the Pope's audiences were suspended until Sunday, the 18th of June. Also, the June 21st general audience has been cancelled to safeguard the Holy Father's post-operative recovery. Pope Francis has scheduled apostolic journeys to Portugal, from the 2nd to the 6th of August, for the occasion of World Youth Day, and Mongolia, from August 31st to September 4th. Thursday morning, Pope Francis visited children in the hospital's cancer ward, which he had visited during his last stay in the hospital before Holy Week for bronchitis. The Jesuit order has dismissed Father Marco Ivan Rupnik from their order in accordance with canon law for refusal to observe his vow of obedience. Father Rupnik is an artist under ministry restrictions after abuse allegations. He had been excommunicated due to the canon law regarding the absolution of an accomplice in a sin against the Sixth Commandment. The Jesuits wrote, "We inform with a grieving heart that on June 9, 2023, Father General dismissed from the Society of Jesus Father Marco Ivan Rupnik. This was done in accordance with canon law, due to his stubborn refusal to observe the vow of obedience." The Jesuits explained, "We forced Father Marco Rupnik to change communities and accept a new mission in which we offered him one last chance as a Jesuit to come to terms with his past and to give a clear signal to the many injured people who testified against him, in order to enter a path of truth." In the face of Marco Rupnik's repeated refusal to obey this mandate, unfortunately we were left with only one solution: resignation from the Society of Jesus. CNS explained, Father Rupnik incurred excommunication automatically when he heard the confession and granted absolution, but the excommunication was confirmed by the then Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, said Father Arturo Sosa, Superior General of the Order. On December 14, 2022, while meeting with reporters, Father Sosa said the excommunication was lifted when Father Rupnik admitted his wrongdoing, repented and wrote a formal request for forgiveness. Several Italian blogs reported that the case involved a consecrated Italian woman and that the doctrinal office's investigation of that allegation was conducted from 2019 to 2020. The doctrinal office asked the Jesuits to conduct a preliminary investigation, which they entrusted to a religious from another order. The Jesuits say that he is barred from hearing confessions, offering spiritual direction and leading retreats, and he is required to have the permission of his local superior before publishing articles or books or engaging in any public ministry. The restrictions imposed were determined by the type of situation that was reported by the victims, he said, describing them as surpassing the limits of what is appropriate in a relationship between adults when a priest is carrying out his ministry. The Anglican Bishop Richard Payne of Wales has converted to Catholicism and will serve as a priest. The Catholic bishops of England and Wales announced that former Anglican Right Reverend Richard Payne is to be received in the Catholic Personal Ordinate of Our Lady of Walsingham. He will serve as a Catholic priest and is the first bishop from the Anglican Church of Wales to enter the Catholic Ordinariate. Bishop Richard Payne, a former Bishop of Monmouth, will be received into the full communion of the Catholic Church on Sunday the 2nd of July at St. Basil and St. Gladys, Rogerstone, Newport, in the United Kingdom. He will be received by the Right Reverend Keith Newton, Ordinary of the Personal Ordinariate of Our Lady of Walsingham. Monsignor Newton said, "We are delighted that after much prayer Richard has asked to be received into the full communion of the Catholic Church. He will be the first bishop from the Anglican Church in Wales to be received into the Ordinariate since its creation in 2011. Richard has a long and distinguished ministry in the Church in Wales. He has many gifts which he will continue to use to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ to the people of Wales." Commenting on his forthcoming reception, Richard Payne expressed joy at this next step of his Christian journey. The process of discernment continues throughout life and is constantly shaped by context but more importantly by the whisper of God's voice. The call to conversion which follows has led me to becoming a convert to the Catholic Church through the Ordinariate. I have much to be grateful for the experience gained over a lifetime as an Anglican. Yet the call to Catholicism seems natural and spiritual at the same time. To start afresh will be a welcome challenge and I come, as we all do, as a learner and a disciple. The Ordinariate, through the vision of Pope Benedict, provides a generous pathway to walk a pilgrim way and I ask for your prayers. Richard Payne was born in London in 1956. Richard was ordained a priest in the Church in Wales at Newport Cathedral in 1986. He was elected Bishop of Monmouth in 2013. Richard spent many years in the discernment and training of clergy. Richard retired as Bishop of Monmouth in 2019. He has been married to Juliet for over 40 years and they have 2 sons. The Ordinariate of Our Lady of Walsingham is a structure similar to a diocese, inaugurated under the late Pope Benedict XVI, to allow former Anglicans to enter the full communion of the Catholic Church whilst retaining some elements of the Anglican tradition that nurtured its members. It has its own Eucharistic liturgy which preserves some elements of the Book of Common Prayer.
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.